It's today. It's 29 January 2013, and I will tell you a little story. It's a story about two brothers. Two brothers were grow up before many years ago, and they were happy. They have a older brother. They got a younger brother and a younger sister, and they look like a happy family. And they try to live in a good way in Christ. But what's happened with the two brothers? They grew up in a time that is long time ago, that there was not many cars and not many trains and not many movements. It's before the Second World War. And then what happened? They were coming the Second World War, and many people were killed. Bombs are falling down for the first time, and they see many airplanes in the air. And the airplanes were bumping. And everywhere became military, German military. And there was a very bad situation in my country, Holland. Sometimes I think the world is Holland, but it's not true. Also, at the same time, there was happened a very bad war in the Philippines. Of course, people in Holland don't know much about Philippines, but it was the same. But not the Germans were coming, no. That time, there came the Japanese people. Philippines was in war with Japanese people. And also, in that situation, there were very bad things. All people were killed and children were killed. Oh, even children, yes. The old Philippine people will know what's happened with the Japanese war. Because that is in the same time, a little bit, as the war in Holland with the German. Now, in my story about the two brothers, they were both, they were very young. And brothers, they love each other. But especially two brothers were very close together. Like, not the oldest. He's going in his own way. He was the oldest. But the second and the third brother, they were more close. I don't know why. It's mostly the second and the third brother. Because of course the eldest brother was even important. But you will see always when there are three brothers, the two are more close. And that's happened also. And then the war was there. If you imagine what it is will happen when you grow up as a child in a war, it's so badly. But one thing there is, and that's sensation. Sensation there is. Stories were made every time again. And all the things, what is happening in the Second World War, were very bad. But also they were people. There are two groups, the enemy and the people of Holland, in my country. The enemy were doing many bad things. A poor man in Germany became a very big empire, and he likes to be a military. If you know why he likes to be a military, you know much more about that crazy man. But I do some research and I found out why he likes to be a military. That's the question. Why? Why like people to be a military? Of course, people have to choose to become a military. But for me, it have still many questions to be a military. I see now again to the two brothers. Two brothers will grow up in that Second World War. And it's a strange time to grow up, because in that time there was also a fighting to Jewish people. The Jewish people were killed. Oh, everyone that was Jew, they have to get a star, because they will, that crazy man in German that will order that all the Jewish people have to be killed. I still don't understand why he was in that thinking, but also if you realize that that same man was a very ill man, and that he was destroyed by wrong stories of the Jesuits, then you can understand more better what it was better. How people in his surrounding were spoiled him. And then that crazy man have to be a leader. Oh, it's crazy thinking, but it's a real happen. Now, the two brothers, they saw that many Jewish people were killed, and also gypsies were killed, and also all the homosexuals were killed, and many people were killed, because the crazy man likes to to order only good man and only good woman. And he have an idle idea that some people are not good. He ordered people, he punished people that he don't understand. He punished people that were the enemy. But the funny thing is that thinking is very deeply. That is his very far grandfather was also a Jewish man. Okay, that's another story, but I'm now telling the story about that two brothers. In wintertime, one of the most strongest winter, in that wartime, there was no food anymore. German people were not very good for their people in Holland. Many children were dying because they have no food anymore, and older people were dying, and also people became ill. And it was a very mad situation. And the two brothers, they have a father and mother. And the father, he was proved so much that he have to find food for the children and his wife. He became crazy by that, thinking that the children can be dying. It's so horrible when you cannot feed your own children. Your own children you have to feed. But then if it is can't, if you cannot do that, it's so very horrible. So he make up mistakes. He did wrong choices. And he don't realize how wrong he was. Because also he has a wife. It was a Jewish wife. And a Jewish wife was looking to her husband, and she saw what her husband was doing. And she became crazy. She became mad, so mad that she don't want to live anymore. Yes, that's really happened. The mother of the two brothers don't want to live anymore. She tried to take suicide.